Good evening and welcome to this final episode in the series of Let's Talk Skincare. As always, if you're watching live, then please do post your questions below. This one's going to be a little bit of a short one. I haven't had too many questions in during the week, just a couple around SKINventory and why I think it's important and what we should use it for. So I'm going to quickly run through that again. And I was going to bring you some clips, but actually when I sat down to do it, a friend of mine kind of said, well, why not rerun the series? So starting the 12th of August, I'm going to be rerunning the series on Watch Party. And so I'll be able to answer your questions again as the topics come round and as queries come through. So if your friends haven't seen it, then do share and let them know. We'll be running it again, as I said, from the 12th of August. So one of the things that I did have a couple of questions around, though, was around SKINventory. And I know I mention it every single week, and I always encourage people to go to the website, download the couple of forms, have a look at it, and carry out their own SKINventory at home. And a couple of people are saying, well, what's the point in that? Aren't you the skincare expert or skincare therapist? And why is it kind of important for us to know as well? The purpose behind the SKINventory is it's a simple, straightforward way of identifying some issues that you might have with your skin. Ultimately, it hopes that you'll end up with a list of priorities that you'd like to address. And that's important for two reasons. One is that you'll have a better idea of what you're looking for when you go to buy skincare products. So when you're standing in the store and you're looking for things or you're talking to somebody about things, you're not going on what your friend of a friend recommended. You're looking for specific things that are going to address your skincare problems. A study from the USA actually showed that about 50% of people in the study, and there's about 2,000 people, men and women, did not know what product to use to cleanse their skin. So they weren't sure about what product to use, and then about a third of people that they surveyed didn't know what their skin type was. If you don't know what products you're looking for, you don't know what products you'd like to use, and you don't know what your skin types, your skin concerns are, then you're not going to be able to make informed choices about your skincare products and your skincare regime. For me, though, as an aesthetic practitioner and doctor, and previously, as you know, as a makeup artist and skincare therapist, I believe it's really, really important for clients and myself to be on the same page. And for that, the clients need to have some idea of what outcomes they want to achieve. It's always very difficult when a client says to you, oh, whatever you think. So whatever I think may not be what you think, and I think that's really the important thing. If we've both identified clearly what the outcomes that you'd like to achieve as a client and what results you'd like to achieve, then I can help to choose the right or recommend the right treatments and products to help you achieve those goals. If I'm basing it on what I think you need in terms of what I see or what I think you might need, then you may end up paying for treatments and products that really they're not addressing what it is that you actually want addressed. I always give the example of I've been a couple of times myself for skincare treatments, and people have always spoken about my pigmentation. So I have some sun damage pigmentation from when I was younger, and they're always on about, oh, you need to get that addressed, you need to do this, you need to do that. And actually, for me, that's not a real priority for me. For me, priorities are about wrinkles and about my skin condition. So I'm more concerned about my skin being in good condition and minimizing the appearance of wrinkles. Pigmentation doesn't really bother me, but if I went down that road, then I would have ended up spending money on a treatment that I don't necessarily want to, that isn't going to address the concerns that I have. So it's really, really important that that you have a good idea of what your objectives are when you're doing a skincare treatment or selecting your products, and that's why I kind of came up with this SKINventory. There's a new edition coming out soon because I'm including the Fitzpatrick scale and the skin types on there so that everybody has a one-stop shop and everything should be identified. People who've used it have kind of liked it because they said, oh, well, it's a very straightforward and basic. There's nothing, you don't need to know anything major about it. It's a two-page, one page is instructions, the other page is where you make a list of things. And it's really, really straightforward to use and helpful. People have said, it's been really helpful in working out what I need and what my skin concerns might be. So if you haven't, do give it a go, and I hope that makes a bit more sense in terms of of what the purpose of doing the SKINventory is. And that can be done several times a year because our skin does change as the seasons change, our skin changes and our concerns may change. And certainly as we get older, our skin concerns definitely change. So we may need to revisit our routine and revisit the products that we're using. As always, I'm available to help and have a chat. If you want to book an online consultation, then please just drop us a DM or a private message, and be happy to do that for you. So next week is National Skin Cleansing Week in the USA. And what we're going to be doing at TK Aesthetics is to keep an eye on social media for our feeds, so our Instagram, Facebook and Twitter, for tips and hints on skin cleansing, some advice about choosing cleansers, and some information about toners, when to use them, what types you might want to use, and what they're good for. So as I said at the very beginning, instead of looking at some of the previous clips tonight or to picking out bits and pieces, because actually each of the segments are fairly well standalone because they talk about a different topic each week. What I'm going to do is from the 12th of August, we're going to be rerunning the series as a watch party on Facebook from the 12th of August, and tell your friends and get them to join in. So from me, that's the end of this series of Let's Talk Skincare. A big thank you to everybody who's tuned in and watched, commented, sent me messages offline as well as online while we're on the air. Thank you very much for supporting me, and I look forward to hearing from you or seeing you or coming to you in the next series, whenever that is. But as I said, do tell your friends that if they haven't seen the first series, we'll be rerunning it from the 12th of August, and I hope to see some more people watching then. Once again, thanks for watching, and have a good week.